Welcome, Speed Gaming fans, to the Speed Gaming Live 2024 Final Fantasy Randomizer Tournament Upper Bracket match between Chanigan and Pickles and Beer. My name is David Hawk. With me in the booth today is Catnip with our restreamer Wildham. Catnip, what are we looking at with these parties and blessings?
Well, good evening. How are you? So today, you know what? I forgot what classes we have. Looks like we have a knight, a master, and 2 black wizards. One thing to note with these flags is everybody gets an item. So the knight comes with adamant, the master will come with the slab, and the black wizards will have a pair of herbs for our runners. Meanwhile, the blessings, we've got the fighter that has telemagic. The master will have plus thief sword, so something to swing early to get levels before punching. And then the 2 black wizards will both have improved MP. And if I'm right, that means that they'll have like extra charges.
They will be gaining charges on every level.
Fantastic.
So they will have all the magic as soon as they can get it, more or less.
Okay. Well, hopefully they get something fun and spicy early on.
Indeedly do, especially since they start with a black belt. They really want to get that early sweeper so they can just ride the sweepers until they find a grind.
Absolutely. Now we also have recruitment on, so there will be 6 characters that you can recruit that will not be promoted, but will come with these blessings as well. So if you pick up a thief, you get a free crystal. They will have resist, death, fire, and time. The red mage will have a free loot, which could be really, really nice, depending on where the loot ends up, with heal magic. And the white mage will have a rod that it brings along with it, plus 20 vitality. So a little bit of a thick white mage.
Yeah, that
with
white
that
mage,
free rod.
some survivability on a white mage if you need to pick it up is great, but finding that red mage just to swap in for the loot, and of course the white mage with the rod, those are progression. So items you don't necessarily have to dig out. Of course, all these items they start with are out of logic, so we could find that Sarah and the king have the adamant and the herb, and thus those 2 starting items are basically moot.
Yep, and looks like we're off. We've got Brack and Temper and Hold at level 1 for black magic.
White magic, nothing special, and the princess actually has the bottle according to our first of many hint givers.
Okay.
Nice not to have redundancy early. No camping gear of note, or at least no good camping gear, no houses or tents there, and no shop item. So 1 item will be in the shop.
Alright, looks like Chanigan is making their way up to have a visit with Garland, not bothering to check the test there.
Wait,
Right
Brack,
behind.
I like the strat.
And it hits first thing. Alright.
We have a shattered Garland, and we have a TNT and the bottle for the king and the princess, and a black mage. Looks
Oh,
like
that was the herb from the princess. I think the prince had the bottle.
I misread the hint.
Yeah.
So that would be bottle in Elfland.
Not a big deal. Alright. So we already had the herb. That feels bad a little bit, but it is what it is. It's not like there's a progression there that you're hitting that your opponent is not. So that's not really going to push anything.
I find this interesting. Chanigan, as the adamant, the TNT, and the herb, is going left first. So we're going to get the 2 Elfland or dwarves checks, and then the possibility of Marsh and Elfland before going to Provoca.
I don't hate this. It feels bad to miss out on level 2 magic right off the bat. But if you find something that could really lead to progression, finding it here would be pretty great. Picking
Yeah,
up
I mean,
that defense sword. All right.
if you get the boat, canal, and the defense sword, they're great items. The canal is most likely necessary unless we find
Yeah.
a very early canoe and floater. But Hooray Dwarf removed. Thank you, Chanigan, for liberating Hooray Dwarf from his one-word hell.
Still not sold on that one, but we'll see.
I just think of it like this. The Hooray Dwarf is Final Fantasy I's version of Hodor. He only can say hooray because that's all he can say, because that's his end. He must be end. It's a result of the time warping, crazy nonsense. Meanwhile, Nuke at level 2.
Oh, wow. Okay. Those two black wizards with that improved MP, they're going to be putting in some mileage.
Meanwhile, A-Rub and Expur available for that knight. Gonna pick those up. I like Expur. It can be very handy. And A-Rub, I mean, I don't know if he actually purchased it, but it's... Yeah, he has Expur. That's all that matters. We've got Swing, we've got Punch, we've got Nuke. Both runners. Now, the crazy thing is, Chanigan already checked dwarves and is right here with Pickles.
Yeah, definitely making up some time on that run over.
Yeah,
for
Pickles
sure.
did check the chests in Crystal from Biggie, so that's the reason I had left. But Pickles did check the chests in Topher and did check the magic shop for black magic, so that took a little time that Chanigan did not. Also, Pickles picking up the thief instead of the knight, so sacrificing telemagic, but in the process picking up the crystal, which ironically he just got from Vicky.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the thief is dodgy and easier to run with. It also has effectively a free pro ring with the protection from death and time magic. So, interesting choice. I actually don't hate it, because Nuke is your primary survival tool right now, followed by punch things when you get into the end game. And bracelet loose. That is huge.
Okay. Yeah, as nice as it is to have the... Oh, and the loot. Okay. That's interesting. Early loot, get it out of the way. Nice to know.
Yeah, one end game required item removed from the pool. Of course, they need the key. They need all access to the dungeons. And of course, for anyone who hasn't known, for the tournament, we have the incentives not set to scale the XP and gold as they normally would be. The XP and gold scaling with these flags is set to the orbs with a 50% gain per orb lit, which once you hit 2 or 3 orbs, you could get absurd grind going with that black belt.
Yeah, it wouldn't be too surprising to see some early dives, assuming that you get the loot, or not the loot, the rod into Earth, and if you can get to the volcano, jumping in there and taking out Carrie, getting that extra XP boost can really make that grind just go fast. And Pickles picking up that fighter. Interesting.
I think Pickles just replaced the thief with the fighter.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense because he just lost all the level 1 and 2 magic he purchased for that knight, and he has to go back and promote to be able to equip all the gear he's got, like the defense sword, the opal bonk that he picked up.
Yeah.
So, that's just kind of silly, but something wiped Chanigan. I missed that. I saw spiders with poison.
Oof.
But that's not something that will wipe Chanigan all the way back to Canaria.
That feels bad. Now, I'm thinking that Pickles had buyer's remorse from picking up that thief and realized that telemagic, especially coming here to Marsh, being able to warp out, I think that's ultimately the reason picking up that fighter back up.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you found warp or exit, well, warp because they only have the black mages, if you found warp at level 2 black, you would have been like, okay, I'll spare a charge of nuke and not need the knight necessarily, but as much as running away with the thief is nice, the fighter, the knight, represents a very chonky boy.
Yeah, and when you need to down the rest of your party, that fighter's going to go down a lot faster than the thief that's dodging everything. So I like the idea of picking that fighter back up here. Or maybe they picked up the thief just to get the item.
Yeah,
You know,
but he
you know you're going to
and
run
then talked
across.
to Bicky, which
Oh.
just felt bad.
Yeah.
In fact, I think he might have picked it up before talking to Bicky and immediately got the crystal, which, I mean,
well, I think
there's your buyer's remorse.
He tried to, but I don't know if you can. It might be one of those things where you have to pick the incentive. You have to talk to Bicky after beating the pirates before you can pick up the character. I don't know.
Well, either way, he ended up talking to the thief, picking it up, then getting the crystal from Bicky. Now he's got the fighter, and we can ask him in the post. As we spoke, though, he has gotten the ship and worked his way, or exited his way, out. So on to Elfland to turn in that herb, and then full access to the outer sea. So Crescent is the only place we can go for Earth pre-Rod until we see what this herb turns into. And Blaze Ogre, or Blizzard Ogres, that's nice.
Yeah, Blizzard Ogres don't fun. And again, using that nuke to their advantage, getting through those werewolves. They're going to pick up their ship here in a second. And we know that this is the bottle from the prince.
Okay. Which means Crescent is our next stop. Actually, no, we have the crystal, so... But no, they've got it. So yeah, Crescent.
Yeah.
Unless the shop item at On-Rack.
Right. Warp and Quad X at level 3 black magic. Okay.
That's mobility for the party regardless of the fighter/knight, so that's huge to see. And a check at the armory shop, finding chain +1 and the copper vanilla. Copper's not horrible for those black mages if you just need something to put on them.
Sure.
Being a black mage, picking one of those up for pickles. I'm going with the... Selling the opal bonk? Or did I misread that?
I did not catch it.
Yeah. Houses rolling around 2100, that's not horrible, and the hint says the defense sword with the blacksmith. Kind of a womp hit at the moment. Well, Ice 3, that's another sweeper available for those black mages. And Bane, if you want to be cheeky with a fiend.
Yeah.
We always like to be cheeky with fiends.
Alright, we are sailing to Matoya? No. Where are we going?
I don't know. I mean...
That's interesting. Maybe to pick up magic back up on that fighter?
That wouldn't work because they have the tail. They have to go re-promote the fighter.
Right. Interesting.
So... If they recruit after they fight Bahamut...
checking the...
northeast.
Okay.
Okay, so Key is in Sea Shrine, and they just need Oxyel to get access to that, and that will be their access to Canaria Lock for that incentive, and access through the door in Topher.
And Melmond has been destroyed by the vampire.
Melmond is Melmond.
Yep.
Flab translation, no party member to pick up here, but not really expecting to see a party member swapped at this point.
Yeah, I guess it depends if there's a character that has a certain key item that you're really, really looking for.
At this point, it'd be the rod coming out of the white mage is the only thing they haven't already seen.
That could give you... Yeah.
Get them through Earth.
Yeah. But we have not seen the white mage yet, so a moot point. Alright, we are going to be checking the Circle of Sages.
This has to be something interesting, or we have to have the shop item here, because the progression is gated at the moment by the canoe or the rod.
Right.
Well, not necessarily gated by the rod, because Earthen's item is pre-rod, but still. Maybe we get the Oxyale so we can go get that key?
Yeah. Oh, I love this flag. Oh, wait, what was that? That was a
There was a
hint
hint
for the
about-
masa.
In Volcano, it looked like, because it said 4-7. I think only 4-7 outside Topher is in Volcano.
Okay, floater. That's potentially interesting.
They're in the air. We have the dock, so they just have to run to their ship and head around the peninsula.
Oh, I didn't realize that the dock was on. Okay.
Yep. We're going to see people in the sky at around 13:30 at this rate, depending on how the encounters rack out.
That is
They know where the Masa is. They have access to Volcano and Ice. And Pickles already has the slab translated. This also gives them access to Sarda without needing the ruby. So this has opened wide up.
Oh yeah.
Popping the bottle. There you go. Saves the time. Chanigan gonna go to Sarda, gonna translate the slab, and then probably do the Gaia and Lefane checks in one. Meanwhile, with the bottle and the slab, Pickles already gonna go to Gaia and Lefane.
Okay, Rod.
Is this even randomized?
That's interesting, because now there's no point in picking up a white mage.
Yep, and the ship is a Womp hit in Gaia, and then Chanigan, with the rod, is in proximity. He's going to check the grinds in Hall of Giants, finds a blue dragon. We've seen that roll thin. It's a good experience. Doesn't want the Sphinx. Is just going to go, I am here, I'm going to take care of Lich, and bottle turns into the
ribbon and picking up a white mage.
Oh my word, he dropped the knight for the white mage because he has warp now. He doesn't need, well, the fighter for the white mage. He doesn't need the, Exeter warp free now. So, interesting. This gives them full access to life and life 2 wherever they are.
Right. And I mean, let's be real. Was the fighter really going to do anything anyway?
Absorb hits, and that's what the muscle is for.
Yeah.
Just get swole, and you can just pull an Escanor. You can just flex so hard that nothing cuts you. And again, down through the second floor as Pickles enters said second floor. Both of our runners have routed themselves into Earth, with the only difference being Pickles having that ribbon and a white mage. And again, not even bothering to check the Asher chest, is just really go, go, go. Probably gonna check this chest right here because there's the trap tile, it is fires, it is nothing, and they will run away.
Yeah, gross.
That trap tile is shared with the third encounter tile, top and bottom room tiles on the first floor. So checking it here saves you some run and possibly finds a good encounter.
That's interesting. I was not aware of that.
Yep. That's both a safe grind location, because you're just in and out of the door, and it tells you what is at the top end. Nuke does its job, Vampire's taken care of. What is our incentive item here? It is the Adamant. That is a Womp.
Yeah,
so,
that doesn't feel great. But you're here.
Get the rod early.
Yeah. Alright, Chanigan heading down towards Lich. Pickles nuking down some Geists. I haven't seen anything super crazy out of any random encounters yet, so...
Honestly, the Poison Touch Spiders and the Frosty Ogres were basically the Blizzard Ogres were the only things we've seen that are really spooky in any way, shape, or form. And given the fact that these runners started at level 10 on their party, something like Poison Touch Spiders isn't really that painful.
Yeah.
Pickles also has the advantage of picking up that white mage when he's access to Lefane. He can just go straight to the superstore and pick up almost any magic available that isn't at Gaia or at Onrak.
That's true. All magic available.
Although I think the magic, some of the magic that's in Onrak is in Gaia. Or something like that.
Yeah.
It's in Lefania Superstore. The Lefania Superstore is just really cool.
Yeah. One-stop shop. All right.
Of course, you can fight Bahamut and get that White Mage brought up to White Wizard standards to have access to all the magic, but Chanigan pulling up, going nuke on the Lich. Lich takes 200 damage almost. There's 32 fire, 2 doing some chip damage effectively. Swing the defense sword for 3 hits for 40, nothing special. Nuke though, 376, that is a full roll. These beans are set to 100 from 100 to 200% scaling, so that is definitely a rolled up Lich.
Yeah, they can be spooky for sure. But the nukes come through, and we've got our first orb lit at 18 minutes.
This is kind of jetty, and I'm liking it.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
Oozes with slow, and the poison spiders to go with. That's just hilarious and annoying for Pickles. Meanwhile, Chanigan getting that slab translated so he can take care of the bottle and slab checks all in one. And gonna check the hint giver, finds, hey, the ribbons from the bottle, so he now knows what he's going to get there.
Absolutely.
I'm shocked we're not seeing them pick up Lock. That is quite valuable when you're focusing on a melee victory condition.
Now Lock just makes it easier to hit the target, right?
Yes, and with the way these scaling set up, not just the XP scales 100 to 200%, evasion and absorb and the like are scaled that way. So we could see even a black belt punching 20 times miss a substantial number.
Okay.
So,
yeah, Lock was one of those spells that I never really invested in vanilla.
I don't even think it worked in vanilla. I think it was one of the many spells that just did nothing. So, I haven't played vanilla in so long, I can't remember what worked or didn't. Oh, Lich had Blizzard. We didn't see that before from Chanigan's fight. But Nuke does the job for Pickles. And there's the Oxyale. That is C available, which means that is access to the key.
Yeah, and another orb. So, okay.
They are, at this point, a chime and a cube away from go mode for Chanigan, and Pickles is not that far behind. And in fact, Chanigan, or Pickles, checking those tiles in Hall of Giants, finds the Blue D, doesn't even want to take the fight just yet. Finding a good grind now is great, because you can come back to it.
Short, absolutely. Go ahead and get these orbs lit up so that you can get that XP growth going for sure.
Pickles actually noticing he's low on supplies, gonna go ahead and pick some up at Crescent before going back to take on Carry. I don't dislike it. It's good proximity. You can go Volcano, get your item, head up to Ice, get an item.
Yeah, and he had the money to get it. He picked up 3 houses. So they were relatively okay price.
We're about to have a river bonk.
Oh no!
Chanigan forgetting he doesn't have the canoes, so he needs to ship to get to Onrak and can't get to the ice cave.
That's interesting. Okay.
Yep. That's also why you need the canoe to get to Ordeals, because you can either land with the canoe and the ship at the river, or you have to cross the river if you land at the airship landing locations to get there. Oh, more cremate. This time, Gur Ogres.
Oof.
Or Wiz Ogres, I should say. So, we've
gross.
had Frosty Ogres, and then we've got Burny Ogres, and they're not the ones that are normally Frosty or Burny, so...
Images. Trance. Ouch.
That's just troll.
That's not fun.
I'm half expect. Oh, and they have Lit 3. There's the reset.
Yep.
There's the Pack of Pain.
Yeah, I have repressed memories from getting stun locked playing this game as a kid.
thing. I think it was a Cerberus had Gaze on Pickle's side, so another stun function. When you get a Cerberus and some Wiz Ogres that have damaging AoE spells, this volcano is kind of not super nice. But it likely has access to something like the Chime or the Cube, because we've already seen the Ribbon and the Defense Sword.
Yeah, and Pickles is checking the free chest on the way down. I don't hate this.
I'm wondering... Oh, Chanigan was checking the trap tile on the right side, because you can use the warp trick to check all 3 of those tiles.
Right.
Wiz Mummy, or Cockatrice. This could be good experience if you get a lot of Wiz Mummies, but those nukes did not roll too low, and those Wiz Mummies survived, so not really going to be a lot of time spent on this tile by any means. 13 across the board for Chanigan, plus some more experience. Doesn't bother taking that other box. He's just focused on what to do, where to go. And Pickles passes the Agama tile and goes straight towards the Red D chest. This Red D chest, the first tile in front of these candles is the Agama tile, so you can check here without going into that room. Finds Burwolves.
Oh, and there's the slab for Chanigan, but that's a womp, because we already have it.
Is, and was that Death Touch from the Mud Goal, or was that stomped into the earth from the Mud Goal? I think it was just stomped into the earth. For that Masa, though, it's worth it. You
oh, absolutely.
On that second Black Mage.
Yeah.
That gives the Black Belt something to actually swing, plus you can put a Defense Sword on it. Gonna put the Defense Sword in the first slot so it's easier to menu to. And, yep, Pickle's just gonna say, I'm here, I'm gonna kill Carrie. Or at least try.
Yeah, that Masa swinging Black Belt, or Master, along with the nuke from the Black Mage. Okay. Yeah.
Level 13 for the 3 standing parties. Chanigan lost the levels to experience from that ice dive, so he is not at level 13. He reset out of it, and good thing Pickles decided to heal up, because he went straight into another encounter with that R-Giant.
Oof.
How does Pickles shuffle the party? Does he keep the Black Belt up front with the Defense Sword? Nope. Put some meat shields in front. The White Mage doesn't really do anything. It doesn't have Fade or anything that's super powerful. Going to choose to just Temper and Defense Sword. Going defensive, not going all aggression ASAP. And there's a kill on the White Mage. 1 meat shield down, 2 meat shield down, Defense Sword stacking up. Is Carrie attacking, or is she just casting? Because if she's just casting, those defense stacks do nothing.
Right.
380 something, there's Lit 2, not getting enough damage in. 178, Carrie definitely rolled up. Slow misses, thankfully. That would half the hit count, but 61 damage is not enough. 149 crit through evasion. 186 though, that gets the job. Pickles is done with Carrie. Ballsy runs straight to the teleporter and is out. That's 2 orbs lit for Pickles. Meanwhile, Chanigan with the Masa uses the warp trip, is going to have a Masa on a Knight with the Defense Sword as the primary carry kill for Rat.
Okay. And we'll have 2 casters of nuke going into this as well, so...
Sadly, didn't find warp, or did not find fast, I believe. So no fast to cast onto that Knight to double its swing capacity, but nuke, and punch swing probably gonna be enough, unless Carrie continues throwing more and more sweepers. But we've seen she doesn't have all the sweepers. And there you go, that's all 4 members up. Chanigan right back. 2 orbs lit behind Pickles, is not far behind in any way, shape, or form in exploration, having already dove ice, already taken care of the bottle and the slab. And in fact, Chanigan, having checked the magic at Lefane, knows that there's no, just checking the item shop. It looked like I was thinking he was going to go to level 7 magic and level 8 magic to see what was there. If there was a.
All right. So Pickles picked up the red mage at Lefane.
Chanigan back in the boat is going to on-rack because it's the only option he has. He has to be in the boat to go to the dock to actually make it there.
Interesting.
So the key in C, or the shop item in on-rack, is progression. This is an interesting, you don't often see this be a case where the airship has to be parked and, there you go. Actually, level 7 in Lefane is fast. That's a huge find.
Finds the ruby in the shop at on-rack.
Completely unnecessary and absurdly overpriced.
Yep.
Just like you'd expect at on-rack, the tourist trap that is on-rack, with their horribly overpriced and poorly located hotel. Why would you have the inn surrounded by trees in the back of the city when you have it right up on the front of the sea? Like a seaside inn would be so much nicer. Chanigan just wants the key. It's not checking any boxes. We will not see a carbonated bubbles by any means. Now,
what is this music?
Don't know. Is Chanigan running alternates? Oh, FF2 alternate music.
Fascinating. Nice. Interesting.
Looks like Chanigan is gonna go and try and kill Carrie. Or Kraken. You've got the defense sword, an opal bracelet, a punch cannon, 2 newt casters, and a Masa on that knight to go with that defense sword. I'll take this fight. It makes sense. You can get 3 orbs lit. You've still got the chime and the cube to pick up, which are going to be pretty much guaranteed our crown and our... Yeah, it's going to be our crown and the... Either sky... No, it has to be... My brain is failing me. We have to get the cube the cube and the chime have to be picked up from the Canaria locked and... Wait, no, we still need the canoe.
You're right.
Okay, well they need to get the canoe, and then Ordeals is going to have one of the incentive items in it.
Right.
That's the only way my brain can think of it, because the canoe gives us access to Waterfall and access to Ordeals, and then we'll be able to get access to all the items.
Not sure if you caught it, but Pickles also bunked off of the river going to on-rack.
That is hilarious, and now Pickles going to be diving ice to the Womp that we know is there. Ooh, waters with fast. Waters are painful enough. I don't want waters that are going faster, especially since kinetic energy scales by the square of velocity. So if it's going faster, it does 4 times the damage. At least if you take real-world physics into effect.
Sounds legitimate to me. Fast water hurts more.
Okay, well, Chanigan threw some seafood encounters as Pickles is burning off some encounters in ice. We've got the defense sword. We've got Brack strats for days. Do we get a Brack? We do not get the Brack out. Do we get a Brack? We get a no. That's 2 Bracks and a punch. The punch misses. This is an evasive Kraken that hits quite hard. We've got defense sword, we've got Brack, and punch. Does Brack land? We get Brack and the Kraken at 3102 for Chanigan. That's 3 orbs lit and 13 levels on all 4 party members.
Alright, let's go.
So that key goes to Canaria, gets us either the crown or the canoe, and then those robot and Ordeals has our chime and our cube.
That's fantastic. Gotta love.
Get a full clear.
Yeah, gotta love an Ordeals play, especially when it's forced after all the turn-ins.
Chanigan actually having to remember what's the fastest way to get back to the desert. Back in the air, gonna go to Canaria, get the object of interest out of Canaria's treasury. I would not be surprised if the crown was locked up here. It would be a thematically appropriate place to find it. Meanwhile, Pickles is realizing, wait, I don't have the canoe. Did I check the herb? What did I check? Oh no, I have to go to the boat. I have to go to the boat. And there it is, the thematically appropriate crown in the treasury.
Fantastic.
And Pickles getting back into the boat at 32:30. Now, is it an immediate double dip of on-rack? There's the canoe. Actually, Chanigan is right here. I'm assuming he's gonna pop out and check those 2 trap chests, or trap tiles. Because if he can find a grind right here and now, that would be the best time and place to find a safe grind location. Nope, warps out and just wants to go progression.
That's interesting.
I don't dislike this. Oh, never mind. He realized that, wait, what am I doing?
I like the idea of
grind tiles to check.
at least checking the tiles here.
Pickles finding the line
okay.
the ruby is like, I don't even have the gold to buy that thing, even if it was necessary. Nothing found, it looks like, on those trap tiles.
The eye was there. Reset out of it. I think Chanigan wants to get the 4th orb lit prior to doing a grind.
Or is just going to get stocks of equipment, it looks like.
Oh, cabins. Okay. Maybe they didn't have any
still has to
equipment.
Yeah, if he wants to get that 4th orb lit, he still has to go through all of Ordeals and to the robot. So, does he do that, or does he grind? It looks like he's heading back towards the grind. I would agree with either option at this point, because you know where that eye tile is. But take the grind now, make the punch cannon a punch cannon of full effect. The big issue here, though, is what is that other tile? Do you assume he's going to burn off the other party members on the secondary tile?
Right.
That's not a powerful secondary tile.
It really isn't.
And this is why you'd want to get the trap tile in Volcano, for instance. That Massa doing plenty of damage. Chanigan, I think he might just... He knows that the spiders over here have poison. He might just be trying to get... Nope, I guess not. Maybe he's going for the ogres with Blizzard? Yeah, he's looking for an encounter
Looking for something, yeah.
Yep, it's ogres with Blizzard. That's what he's doing. He's just to share the, or show some items and get his party melted, or frostburnt, as the case may be. If the ogre actually does anything.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Pickles is key in hand heading down Kraken's side. Was it the ogres that had Blizzard, or was it the Grogers? Because this ogre just seems like it's punching, and yet Chanigan says, I'm done with this.
Yeah, it's not doing what you need it to do, for sure. There's other options, though.
Yeah, Chanigan might go into Hall of Giants and try and use the blue dragons. Their first tile.
It's not a long fight, so...
Blue dragons or the fires. Sphinxes are behind the blue dragons, so you doubt you'd go with those.
Yeah, Sphinxes always scared me.
Yes, anyone who followed the recently finished Tournaments of Champions, the special race or epilogue race going on right now on RPG Limit Break, feel free to stay here and watch that on VOD. We had a very infamous moment where a volcano grind was brought down to a red mage trying to run it out, and 3 steps away from leaving Volcano to save a random Sphinx encounter, one-shotted the red mage and ended the grind.
Yeah, that feels sad. Yeah. That's a rough...
Chanigan has the masa on, or to put onto that black belt, so feeling like downing all but the black belt is the right move here. There goes a black mage, just gonna let the blue dragon eat the party. Meanwhile, some new Clopsters for Pickles and Beer in C. 17 on the party, or on the black belt, 16 on the rest of the party. There goes the knight. One blue or black mage left, gonna go run. I like this. You have the warp charge. You can put that the black mage in front. It can nuke and absorb some damage, and then the eye can eventually take it out. And if you get more charge or more life and survivability on that one black mage before going to Topher, that is by no means a bad thing.
Sure, absolutely. Starting this off with a 2-person grind isn't a terrible thing. Slows down a little bit for the black belt, but I mean, once it gets there, it's gonna take off. So.
Oh my word, that's paper. And yep, he realizes I didn't have the moss on the black belt. There you go. That was 200 or a bit more than that one Masa swing does the job. 2-man is not necessary. Oh, slow. I mean, that does slow down the damage, but the nuke gonna make up for it. Eventually, the black belt will have enough hits that you can just punch through the slow. We're seeing Brack strats. We get another Brack, another Kraken for Pickles.
Oh, fantastic.
That is 2 Brackens of Krakens. And I do remember one of them picked up Bane. Could we see a Baned Tia?
If we're lucky, absolutely.
There's that fast at level 7 in on-rack, so I guess level 7 on-rack does show up in Gaia. That is, you see all 8 charges on all levels on that black mage, and it is not nearly even 20 levels. So that improved MP coming in huge. All the fast casts for days. 21 on the black mage and the master for Chanigan. If that cut comes out before the slow hits, it's a one-shot every time. The punching should be a one-shot. Ooh!
Oh, no!
Brack.
Oh, no! Okay.
We don't have any pro rings, so that eye decided to be not the safe move.
Bad eye.
Chanigan going like, should I go to Bahamut? No. What do I do now? Going to Gaia. I guess looking for some spells?
Turning in that bottle for the ribbon. Okay. Okay. Meanwhile, Pickles and Beer's taking on Bahamut.
Yeah, put that red mage into red wizard mode. Also, you've got a Bloody and a Gasty on either side of this Bahamut fight, so if he survives it, he can get another few levels that way.
Absolutely.
But Bahamut, being a dragon, is cooking Pickles' party with Blaze, and there's nuclear fire.
Oh my. Not safe Bahamut. Wow.
Indeed. I mean, that doesn't make up for the time Chanigan's used trying to make this grind work, but I mean, with a ribbon on the black mage, on the black belt, and an opal bracelet, this is as good as grind as it's gonna get.
Yeah, it's interesting to see the seed kind of balance things out. Like, we were talking about how it was a super jet seed, and this is gonna be so fast, but then it says, well, just hang on a second.
Chanigan realizing after resetting out his Masa was again not on the black mage, or black belt, gonna save out. There's the crown for Pickles, which is gonna take him over here toward heals. Pickles gonna get the canoe, and then likely find the eye as well. Both runners, Pickles realizing, I'm still on the boat, I have to go to a dock. Let me go get my airship again. That'll take him a little more time. Meanwhile, Chanigan on the grind, 8,600 per eye. Fast, 208 that time. This is a thin eye, a dangerous eye, but a thin eye.
Now, with that, I'm assuming that he put that ribbon on the master there.
Yes.
Is there a chance that crack beats the ribbon?
Yep, 3 and 256 chance. So
Okay.
it is literally 3 times more likely that you will get cracked in this game with a ribbon on than you would having a Gen 1 miss in Pokemon. And that is my RPG statistical probabilities fact of the day.
Well played. I like that. And blink and you miss it, Astos gets just completely destroyed, giving up that canoe.
Now
And
does Pickles remember to check these tiles? He's going to warp, he's going to save. Does he go back? He goes back in.
Yep.
He's going to find this eye tile, and he already has a 2-man party. He's already lost his white mage and second black mage, or red mage and second black mage, so he also has the ribbon and the opal bonk already, and there's Quad X. That's another thing that will work. Nuke is totally going to be effective. Quad X is going to be effective. And the opal and ribbon are already equipped on the master. So yeah, Pickles is in go grind ready mode right now.
Yep, absolutely.
And is actually going to try and up slow. Sees the slow. Wants the eye to finish off the black mage. Chanigan turning over to level 30 and has taken the Masa off. 5 hits for 300. You see the evasiveness of the eye. Oh, no, is still using the Masa.
Yeah, still
At
swinging
this point,
it.
could just take the Masa off, though. I think 31 or 32 is the turnover for 8 hits. And there's the Black Mage down. That is Pickles in full grind mode, along with Chanigan. Has about 8 levels difference in grind, but that 8 levels can be made up by just how nasty. Well, we haven't seen ordeals, we haven't seen what's running around in Waterfall, and we sure as heck haven't seen what's going on in Sky or Topher. There's plenty of death and potential pain awaiting our runners yet.
For sure, absolutely. And I'm not against Chanigan leaving the Masa on the master. Like, it makes sense logically to take it off so that you can punch things to oblivion. But you're already in the middle of the grind. You're in hold A and pray mode anyway. So, like, saving the time from menuing might be minuscule, but, I mean, those menuing times add up. So,
oh yeah.
Especially definitely. After having eaten that crack from the eye earlier, might be in slight panic mode. So
yeah, I'm expecting Chanigan is not going to go beyond 42 at this point. 47 is ribbon equivalency protection.
Sure.
But once Chanigan hits that 42, gets those 10 hits, I'm assuming he's going to menu that opal bracelet onto one of his mages. The defense sword and Masa, or at least the Masa, is going to go onto his knight. And he will be in go to fight mode. Not go mode just yet, because of course we still need to dig out the ribbon, or the chime and the cube. But yeah, all the fun. There's level 40. Meanwhile, 5 hits for some damage, and I'm assuming level 28 something for Pickles.
32.
Okay, so 6 hits for Pickles if he stopped now. Meanwhile, Chanigan 1 away from the 8-hit turnover.
There it is. 42. Time to go.
So from here, you have 2 options. You have Waterfall or Ordeals. Ordeals is effectively straight down and a bit to the right to a landing spot. I don't know about you, but when playing playing this game as a kid, I always parked at the location at the top of the peninsula on the other side of the bay and had to run all the way around.
Yeah.
What is Chanigan doing? Is he going here to go to a clinic? Oh, he's going to pick up or check for magic.
Oh, okay.
So
these are the shops that wouldn't be at Lefane.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Fast is at level 7, so Oh, Chanigan, why?
What are
He
we?
is going to the worst clinic in the game. He's going to the pirates' retirement home.
Interesting.
I still don't understand how the pirate made it all the way up into Gaia to steal the ferry.
Okay, it was proximity to ordeals. Okay. Okay. I get
Makes
it.
some sense. There's
It's
that menuing, goes with the defense
yeah.
sword on the black belt, but puts the ribbon, opal bracelet and bonk on that knight. That knight is actually very well equipped.
Mm.
Doesn't have any elemental protection gear like the dragon armor and the Aegis shield, but does have a ribbon to balance out for that, and that opal bracelet at vanilla is pretty well the same kind of protection you get from the steel armor without the speed reduction.
All right, and we are on to the pillar maze.
Get your guesses in chat. We have an early 4-pillar. That is very nice to see. That could jump us very far ahead in the encounters, or in the pillar rooms. Looks like pillar 1. Wow, the first 2 splits are back to themselves. What easiness did I roll these people? And first try on there. That was a very, very fast pillar maze. Back to the jettiness of this seed.
Yeah. The seed giveth, and taketh away, and then giveth again.
Chanigan just wants that incentive item, wants that chime, wants that cube. It is the cube. The robot has the chime.
Okay.
We can't get another vanilla item this time around. Normally the cube would be in the possession of the robot. And oh, cool. We have sleep touch lizards.
Oof. Gross.
Pickles in the menu, checking what he's got, considering where to go. Finished with the grind, is going robot first. We'll get the chime, and we will see some high-fiving here in a moment. Both runners will be in the same place at the same time for the second time in a few minutes, but for a totally different reason.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, once both of these runners get their cube and their chime, they will be beelining it to punch a Tia out of the sky and on into Topher. So, do the jerkbirds have anything? Well, they run away. The redbirds decide to run away. That punch cannon at the front of the party will morale break, especially since, unlike the fiends, which are set to roll 100 to 200% scaling, normal monsters are actually set 50% to 200.
Oh, okay.
50% to 150. Either way, they can roll down, which means they are thinner and they are more likely to morale break.
Yeah, if I saw that black belt coming by, I would probably run too. So, yeah, makes sense. Oh, no, don't want that.
That is the wrong eye, and that is the chime.
If the right eye had crack, what does the wrong eye have?
We won't know, because I don't want to bother. There is the chime, there's the warp out, followed by a warp out. Chanigan just behind Pickles. Pickles still needs to go to ordeals and deal with the pillar maze. Meanwhile, Chanigan is going to be heading straight over to the desert.
Yeah, it's tough to say who has the lead here. They're very much hand in hand going through this. I don't see Pickles taking very long in ordeals. Just because the pillar maze kind of logically makes it quick, so...
Yeah, the pillar maze was basically foolproof. It was one pillar and then 2 pillars that go back to the same room, followed by a first top pillar.
Right.
If Chanigan decides to go bottom on the 3rd split, that would be the only thing that could interfere with him in this one.
Right. Meanwhile, Chanigan is going into Mirage Tower, working their way up to see Tia in the Sky Palace. Pickles running into the pillar maze.
Pickles go with Pillar 1, or does Pickles believe that it's not going to be Pillar 1?
Yeah, I could see somebody going like a different pillar than 1 right off the bat, just for, I don't know, the memes maybe. Maybe they get lucky, but...
And there he goes, Pickles right through it.
All right.
Chanigan knows that he doesn't need the white shirt that's in that sky incentive, just blows right past it. Goes to the left and up. Thumbs up to Chanigan. Not only did he free the Grey Dwarf, he also made the right choice in navigating to the Bridge of Destiny, and finds a war mech.
This is what he gets.
We are getting temper. We are getting punch. That knight with the opal gear takes the punch and survives. Here comes the punches. 4 hits for... This is an evasive war mech. 700 damage, yeah, but only 4 hits. Nuke comes out, followed by punch. Oof. There you go, 7 for 1,500.
All right.
20,000 experience on all 4 party members. That's how much having 3 orbs is on a war mech fight. That makes up for lack of party experience on those other party members. Glance airs.
Oof.
Yeah, that's really spooky.
Waters with fast and airs with glance. Gross.
Weird. I never thought airs could well, glancing blow necessarily, not glancing eyesight. I guess.
All right.
Punch.
Yeah, I mean it's not. Go ahead. Yep, you're good.
1,400 damage. That is a thick Tia. There goes a black mage. There's 1,800. So that is Tia down. 44 on the black mage, or on the black belt. 19 on the standing up other parties. Chanigan exits out as Pickles enters. Chanigan will be in Topher in under an hour, and we are loving it.
Absolutely. Yeah, I was just thinking that with the airs with glance, maybe it's not that the wind is blowing, it's what the wind is blowing.
Objects in the wind hitting you with a glancing blow. I understand. I approve. I unfortunately had a father who thought that driving and recording tornadoes was a good idea of a hobby. So, yeah, I had too much storm facts stuck in my head.
Yeah.
I say unfortunately just because it meant he spent a lot of money, because we don't live in the middle of, well, the United States. He had to actually fly out there to do it, but... Well, my dad was storm chasing, I was playing Final Fantasy, and, well, now I'm here watching Chanigan and Pickles play Final Fantasy with some randomizer fun. Chanigan just says no to the Frost pack, says no to the Gas D pack, is just, I want to go kill some fiends and slaughter a chaos.
Yeah, don't blame them one bit. Don't blame them one bit.
Pack. With the priorities, we need to run straight past that. Meanwhile, some Edwards. Noticing Pickles running that fun flag for names of enemies, the Whiz Vamps being Edwards there, and the Nachos being Nachos, because they were always Nachos. They'll be forever known as Nachos. That's
a great reference. Wow. Okay.
I really would like just a plate of Nacho Sprite. We already have the steak, and I don't understand why we don't have wings. Because we could just have a chicken wing Sprite for the wyverns. But either way, Saria's taking a run away from there. And there's a 6-pack of metal slimes. That's another great experience if you can nuke those out. But Pickles not even bothering to heal up, just going straight into the fight. Temper, fast. He's double fasting in case one of the black mages dies. But Dark Cast does nothing. Meanwhile, a speed bump getting flattened by Chanigan. Fast comes out, flattened Tia, 2,000 damage was enough to do it. Fiend refight done for Chanigan, healing up, and Pickles, all 4 orbs lit on to Topher.
One thing I noticed on Chanigan's side is that he tried to brack Lich. Is that an effective, or was that maybe a mismenu?
I mean, it can be effective if it's really unlikely. Quake is the more commonly used meme strat with Lich.
Sure. Oh wow, 1,000 damage right out of the gates. Goodbye, Carrie. That was a satisfying number to see come up on screen.
Yep. She's normally good at dicing people up, but if you can flatten her before she has a chance to take a swing, they're good to go. And here we go. Ooh, Gershark Big Eye Pack. Again, Chanigan's in go mode, does not even want to pop that EXP Pinata. Doesn't even bother changing the party up. Gonna go straight up, swing, swing, nuke, nuke. No bothering with fasting, no bothering with tempers. Just wants to get the damage out before Kraken has a chance to do that. 7 hits for 1,000 damage. Black Mage down, but there's some more hits for 1,500. Trading 1 Black Mage that can be life queued back up for Death of a Kraken. I think that's fair. Right on, no encounters, Tiamat. So where we go, swing, swing, nuke, nuke, fire 3, doing some chip damage. I mean, I say chip damage, it's not a nuke. But although that nuke rolled about the same as that fire 3, this was 300 damage there, there's another 100 on top, and then punch stacks another 960. Swing, swing, nuke, quad X. 150 there, quad X gonna come out. Is this a low roll? It is a low-ish roll Tia. It rolled up, but it did not roll up that highly, and that's literally some steps away from Chaos. Worms in the way, and Chaos floor has been acquired at 5810. Meanwhile, flattened speed bump on Pickle's side. Here we go. Knight in front. Bring up the party. Using heal pots, does not care about magic. If he's got magic, just wants to get the healing done. And Chaos pulled. Swing, swing, fast, temper. Or was that temper? I don't know if he had fast. No, Chanigan does not have
coming
fast,
out
he
from
just has
Chaos. Alright.
So that was actually fairly good damage on that Masa swing. This Chaos is not evasive. It's got about 12,000 damage done to it. Punching yet again, 920. There is Swirl. That's going to take out both Black Mages, but the Black Belt and the Knight are doing plenty of damage. 220 stacked up. This is a final punch, no less. There you go. GG's with a racetime.gg time of 59 minutes flat, 59:47 on Speed Gaming. GG's to Chanigan. Meanwhile, Pickles through carry, and we are joined by Chanigan. GG's, man.
GG's, Chanigan.
Ooh.
So, losing your initial grind on the eye must have felt bad.
Oh, everything felt bad. The step encounters were awful. The number of ambushes I got is this whole scene was something.
Probably the biggest thing to note: the river bonk followed by the boat.
Oh yeah. I completely forgot I had river. I didn't have canoe. I knew I needed canoe, and I just did it because that's what I usually do.
The logic of the randomizer.
Oh my god!
The canoe behind the key that was in C, and even the crown behind that. It's just like we love the randomizer. I mean, this started out as a really jetty seed, and it still ended in sub-hour. Very well played.
Yeah, I'm very impressed. I still managed to do sub-hour with how the items were placed. Thankfully, I found the eye tile pretty early-ish. But not being able to kill off my 3 other party members before knowing the Ayat crack.
Yeah, that
and
was
getting cracked. No, that was a rough grinding session.
The craziest thing I have with that is the items that you had for equipment is like, okay, Masa rolled up a defense sword and a vanilla opal bonk and opal bracelet, and then you ended up getting the ribbon. Like, this is all the gear I need. I can keep my one chonky guy alive while he gets buffed, then I can give it to the other chonky guy to survive while they punch, or the other one punches things.
Yeah, speed and power. You don't need armor. No, what I'm sad is that I missed the fast. I completely forgot to check on rack.
Yeah, I think you just missed it in Lefane because it was in level 7 in Lefane.
Yeah, I think I skipped it. I must have.
Yeah. Oh well, it would have been nice, but it wasn't strictly necessary. And
yeah.
Pickles
I remember why. I had no money in Lefane. I barely had enough money for log 2 just in case, and life 2 on my my knight.
Yeah, life 2 definitely helping getting that black
Oh, yeah.
back up after Tia, but I mean, yeah. GG's, we are joined in the booth by Pickles, our runner-up in the race, with a race time at GG time of 1 hour, 1 minute, 36 seconds. Man, this was a tight race, all things considered.
It really was. GG's.
Yeah, GG Chanigan.
Yeah, GG's Pickles.
I want to count on those unrunnables.
Oh yeah.
Or not the unrunnable, the ambushes. I
Yeah,
want a comparison count, because that was stupid.
Yeah.
I was so tilted.
Yeah,
half of us, you mentioned, and half me thinks, is that why you got that thief early?
Oh, I picked...
the thief wasn't
to
worth
run.
it.
I
I
just
feel like
wanted to
the
run.
thief wasn't worth.
I also
the
forgot.
pickup.
Well, as soon as I grabbed it, I remembered that the fighter had telemagic.
Yeah.
I was like, well, that was stupid. But then there was a fighter right
Yeah,
after that,
you
so
were
grabbed
right.
him. And then,
Yeah.
of course, there's Warp at 3 with improved MP, so...
Yeah. I just checked my battle results on the end screen. I had 147 battles, 8 ambushes, and 1 preemptive.
Oh, I had to have had at least 20 ambushes.
But I remember I reset a lot.
Oh, those don't count.
79 resets.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
Good
Yeah, no, that was
calculation.
bad.
I got ambushed at least 4 or 5 times in C alone.
Oh yeah, C was awful. But I think the
You
worst
divided
was
Bracken
Marsh
with Kraken
Cave.
for both of you.
No, Kraken was pretty easy with Brack.
Yeah.
Yeah, good thing we had Brack for Kraken. I didn't want to go back. To go back there just to with a better black belt.
I had the defense sword and Massa, so I wasn't worried about any of the bosses. Although I
Yeah,
did
true.
use Brack, but that was figured that was a solid backup.
All
And
things
I'm-
considered, you guys basically had the same kit. It just came down to the pickups that you made with party swaps.
Yeah, I just kept the
Well, I wouldn't have had.
OG party. The key items that the others had wasn't worth it.
Hmm.
And
No,
or
'cause
either
you're-
I already had them.
Yeah, I picked up the white mage for the rod and then immediately got it at Sarda.
Yeah.
This game's so stupid.
Same thing happened with the thief when you picked it
Yeah.
up. You got the crystal from Vicky. So yeah.
Yeah, I was about to. I said to myself, if Vicky doesn't have crystal, I'm taking the thief. And well, there goes the crystal. I'm not taking the thief. Telemagic was just too powerful.
Yeah, as long as you remember you had it.
It took me a few minutes to remember that.
Well, at least we didn't see either of you run all the way out of Marsh.
Oh, Marsh was just awful.
I didn't have Marsh is the one place I
Wait,
didn't
was
have
it?
problems.
No, that wasn't Marsh. No, I'm misremembering.
Thinking Ice Cave.
Ice Cave
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
awful.
Yeah, first 3 encounters were ambushes and all
Yep.
resets.
Yep. Oh boy.
I think my particular favorite part of this seed was the fact that both of you, not just one of you, but both of you bonked off
Uh-huh.
the river going to Onrak. That was
Full well
incredible. Wow.
Literally seconds after, like, okay, I need the key to get
Yeah.
to
The canoe.
get-
Yeah. Let's get canoe, and I just land. I'm like, I bonk. I'm like, wait, I need the canoe for that. Oh.
Oh, my bigger dumb was not grabbing the airship after getting the key, taking a boat all the way back to Primaria.
Oh.
Oof.
I almost did it.
Yeah,
I
I pulled
almost
in.
did.
I was like, oh my gosh. Yep. That I blame that on the ambush tilt.
Yeah, it's only because I got an encounter
Hmm.
while near Onrak that I remember. Oh right, I have the. I should get the the airship.
Yeah. I paused for about. I cleared like everything I could think of. I paused for like 2 seconds. I'm like, Oh my gosh, we're gonna have to take the boat to the freaking sea, aren't we?
It was still a fun-ish seed.
It was
Depends
fun to
on
watch.
what you look.
It
on
was
what,
fun to watch, genuinely, for sure.
Yeah, it depends on what you watch, but yeah.
So, just want to double check, Chanigan, you were trying to get those ogres with Blizzard, right? To
Yep.
wipe the party out?
Yep. That's before I knew the eye had crack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, that whole me trying to grind was just awful.
Well, part of it made why this was so tight. Is
Yep.
you getting your party wiped down as Pickles was dealing with ice and then came back over. It was a great race. GG's to both of you.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's-
absolutely. GG's.
It's definitely a race I'll look back just to see both mine and Pickle's mistakes.
Yeah, count the ambushes while you're at it. Let me know.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and get into some final thoughts with our runners, with our winner on stream, Chanigan. Final thoughts.
Just want to say, as always, thank you guys for commentating, for tracking, Speed Gaming for lending us their channel, and organizing this tournament. As always, this SGL is always a blast to do. There's a lot of good. Pretty much everyone in the tournament is a good player. So me having to face Pickles, which is my
Yeah, right.
my fall league partner again this year.
And we meet up in tournaments all the
yeah.
time.
Every time, every single tournament. But yeah, facing him round one is really funny, but nah. But yeah, that was fun. GG's again, Pickles.
Oh yeah, GG.
And final thoughts to Pickles.
Yeah, thanks guys for doing the restream. Much appreciated. Trying to look at the bracket and can't figure out where I end up.
Well, with that question, Chanigan's going to be facing the winner of Freites versus Mecklen.
Oh, there I am.
He'll be facing Zero in the lower brackets. Zero or Cyro, either way.
Well, there's a lot of great matches coming up.
Most definitely.
That's right. We'll have a replay of Winter Tournament. I'll make my run through the lower bracket to meet Chanigan again.
Please don't.
Looking forward to it.
I want to win this one and the in person. So.
And final thoughts to my co-commentator on the stream today, Captain Bumblefarts.
Yeah, not a whole lot. GG's to Chanigan and Pickles and Beer. That was entertaining to watch. I particularly liked how you all had to kind of flex around issues that come up. That's part of the randomizer that I struggle with personally. So watching you guys say, "Oh crap, I can't go here," and then go somewhere else, that I like that type of logic. Big shout out to Wildham for tracking. They had just finished running a race just a little while ago, so thank you for taking the time to do that. Fabian, it was great chatting with you and enjoyed watching the match with you. And thank you to Speed Gaming Live for letting us use their channel tonight. So yeah, other than that, that's me.
Okay, dokie, and with that, thank you very much once again. As said, Wildham for tracking right after their race, Catnip for joining me in the booth. Thank you to Speed Gaming for hosting this amazing event, and letting us race on your channels and compete so that everyone can enjoy this lovely randomizer of ours. If you like what you've seen, feel free to go to FinalFantasyRandomizer.com. There you will find the randomizer itself, as well as links to the wiki with guides on how to play this game and all the fun things that we've learned disassembling and reassembling it, as well as links to the Discord where you can join up in the community, join the Duckling program to learn the randomizer, And yeah, all the fun can be had. Feel free to stay tuned. There is more races going on tonight. I'd have to double check, but there will be one coming up here at about 10:30 Eastern. Face of Razor One and Ale on Speed Gaming 2, so stay tuned for that. With that, everyone have a very excellent evening.